Hello, and a very warm welcome. Driver ratings for the Qatar Grand Prix. We crown Max a three-time champion of the world. All 20 drivers covered as we rate them out of 10 for their weekend. Let's jump into it. This will be uploaded on Monday afternoon when I go to my dad's, as he has better internet. I currently don't have internet, so it takes me ages to upload a video. But yeah, let's jump into it. Max 10. It's got to be 10. A three-time champion matches the great Senna. Pole, three times champion, fastest lap, win, it's easy. And a deserving champion. Max has been 10 out of 10 all season. Sergio Perez, 0. It has to be 0. He qualifies 13th. Gets taken out in a sprint. Penalties galore in the race, track limits. He finishes 10th in a Red Bull. That's a sackable offence. That's worse than Gasly and Albon. Max is P1, Checo's 10th. I don't know he's declined as Perez. He's been found out. Charles Leclerc, 7. He had a pretty, not stellar, but he qualified 5th, angry with the downshift, and then in the main race he finished 5th. Quiet, but the best he could do. Carlos Sainz, 5. Now I feel sorry for Carlos. Qualified 12th. He missed the Grand Prix. He's flown all the way to Qatar not to compete in the Grand Prix due to a fuel system error. Very unlucky. Fernando Alonso, 6. Qualified 4th. A rare mistake in the race as he went off and then he rejoined unsafely. Still yet to see if he's got a penalty for that. As I record this, he hasn't. But yeah, he did rejoin very unsafe. Lance Stroll, 0. Wow. He had a breakdown. He lost his head completely. He pushed his trainer. Gave a Kimi Raikkonen style interview in the TV pen. He's lost his head. The motivation's lacking. It's all lacking. The motivation's not there. The performance not there. The points are not there. Complaining that he was passing out in the car in the main race. He finished 11th. Another track limits. Lewis Hamilton, 5. Now, I was up in an hour in about what to give Lewis. I was maybe going to give him 0 for the contact. He qualified 3rd, and then it's been brewing for a couple of rounds. Finally, the Mercedes collide. It was bound to happen at some stage, but not sure if this is working. My microphone's going up and down like crazy. So, Lewis, contact with George was bound to happen. It had to be Lewis's fault. When I first saw it, I thought he cut across George. But he came out and admitted his mistake. That is a proper champion's mentality. George Russell, 7. I think we got to go qualifying 2nd. He had a really good weekend, but you can't have contact with your teammate. It wasn't really George's fault, but still. Mercedes, I think, could have been on the podium and have ended up 4th. A great fight back in the race by Georgie. On to McLaren. What a weekend they had. What a turnaround. Oscar Piastri, Lando Norris, superb. Lando Norris, 10. Got his lap time deleted, so qualified 10th, 1-2 in the sprint, and then finished 3rd. Team orders came in. Superb by McLaren, but they should have let them race. Oscar Piastri, 10. Wow, Oscar Piastri. He also got his lap time deleted, finished 6th. Pole for the sprint race, won the sprint race, finished 2nd in the main race. Piastri. Wow. Watch out for this guy. I'm excited to see what he can do. Wow. Pontash, Duffman, wannabe Australian, 10. Wow. I think he's my driver of the weekend, Valtteri Bottas. Superb. Qualifying star, qualified ninth, finished 8th, race star for me. Superb Valtteri Bottas. Not much more to say. Guan Yu Zhou 9, Alfa Romeo, both picked up points. He qualified 20th, Zhou, that's mucky, but he finished 9th in the main race. A great weekend for Alfa Romeo. Baguette legs, Ocon. He qualified 8th, finished 7th. He said he was throwing up in the car. Gasly 5, qualified 7th, finished 12th. Track limits. Gasly, twice at turn 1, he went round the outside of someone and just completely went off the track. I don't know what he's doing. And thinking he's not going to get a penalty for that. 1 foot 1, 2. Qualified 11th. A very poor race with 15th. Wow, he was getting overtaken left, right and centre. Liam the Lesbian Lawson, 0. His worst weekend in Formula 1. We've praised him highly, the lesbian, but now we need some reality. This was his worst weekend. He qualified 18th, spun in the sprint race, his worst weekend since he's been in F1, and he finished 17th. Disappointing for Lawson. Kevin Magnussen, 3, qualified 19th, finished 14th. Yeah, that's all I've got written down. Hulkenberg, 0. One of my fan favourites is Hulkenberg, but I've got to call him out. Qualified 15th. He then does a big rookie mistake. Nico Hulkenberg, an experienced man with over 100 Grand Prix starts, to be out of position. He's parked in the wrong grid slot. 10-second penalty. Rookie error ruins his race. Alex Albon, 5. Not much to say about Albon. Qualified 14th, finished 14th, track limits. Struggled to get out the car. Logan Sargent, 5, qualified 16th, spins in the sprint, retires feeling unwell. Now, is that Logan Sargent giving up? I thought it was at the time, but a lot of drivers were complaining about it. The physicality, throwing up, not feeling well. So he retired the car because he wasn't feeling well. But I don't know, it doesn't sit well with me that a driver retiring from a race because they're ill. Every other driver kept going. Logan's not cut out for F1, it's simple as that. So there we have it, driver ratings for the Qatar Grand Prix. We go on to America next, where smiling Ricardo should be back. Thanks for watching. Adios.